scientist Dr. Taylor Wallace.
Food scientist Taylor Wallace.
Taylor Wallace is joining us. He's at the deconstruction table. He's going to tell us what's really in pumpkin spice products. Food scientist Taylor Wallace, thanks for being here.
Now, what's really interesting about these chips and where I really geek out is the puffs, the cheese puffs, because food scientists have developed this technology. It's called extrusion technology. It's where we take the cheese puffs. They actually are a liquid at first, and we take that liquid and we put them under really high pressure, and we force them through this little bitty metal tip. And what happens is that heat from that metal tip, it's really hot. So when the liquid hits the air, the water evaporates and the starch expands and it makes the cheese puff. So if you
that creates the puff, that temperature?
So if you walk into a processing facility, you'll see all these little hot metal tips and all of these little cheese puffs just exploding out of the wall. It's like so cool.
There's no pumpkin in pumpkin spice. If you recall, a few years ago, Starbucks actually got in hot water because their latte actually didn't contain pumpkin. What's really interesting about tannins is that they bind and block sugar from being absorbed in your body.
So let's talk about sugar. What's the content? Like what should we look for when we're talking about
Obviously, each wine differs in their sugar content. Your drier reds are going to have less, and of course your sweeter wines are going to have a greater sugar content.
So that means rosés, I'm assuming, would have a greater content.
That means rosé is one of the higher sugar wines.
Okay.
Also, eggs. One of my favorite things. Remember how eggs were bad for you?
Yes.
Yeah, that was fake news. Eggs are actually really, really good for kids. They have this vitamin called choline in the yolk, and it's very important for brain development. Garlic has been used for literally thousands of years because of its medicinal properties. Now, today, modern science has really shown that high-dose supplementation with garlic extracts can produce a number of health effects, such as decreases in blood pressure for those that have higher blood pressure, even decreases in age-related cognitive decline. So the neat thing about microcrystalline cellulose is it's a dietary fiber, so it's really healthy for you. Now in food products, you can add it at 1, 2, 3%, and it'll prevent that clumping in Parmesan cheese or even in your Bisquick pancake mix. When you shake it, you don't want it to be clumpy, so you want it to come out smooth.
Taylor loves flavonoids, which are in coffee so much that when we were rehearsing, we saw a tattoo on his ankle. This is his ankle, look at that. That is a chemical structure of flavonoids. I mean, who does that? Who does that, Taylor? What was that about? Were you drunk?
No, it was actually my PhD gift to myself. I love flavonoids so much. They're my second love in life, next to my puppy Princess. Most companies aren't going to tell you exactly what's in their natural flavor because they have their own recipes. So I took a flashback to graduate school, Dr. Oz, and I put on my food chemistry hat, went into the lab and made us a couple of examples. Now, the goal here is to really make the flavors pop in your mouth, right? We want to give you that experience of biting into the orange. But we don't do that with just one flavor. So the first drink that I'm going to show you, you can take a sip, just has that one orange flavor in it. And as you'll see, it's very subtle, right?
I mean, the word bland that comes to mind.
Right?
It's like water where someone dripped a couple droplets of orange juice in there.
Exactly. So for the second drink, what I did is I extracted some flavors from the orange peel, the oils that are naturally in the orange, and then I added a little bit of phosphoric acid to give it a little tang and really kick those flavors up a notch.
This is fantastic.
Yeah, right?
Really, really good.
See, you invite me and Kellyanne to your Christmas party, and I'll bring the eggnog.